Hello class, my name is Dylan Kintz. Today I will be informing you all on the history of baseball and the evolution of the game, as well as explain some of the rules, explain the positions, and inform you on what proper pitching mechanics look like, as well as the different pitches you can throw. Reviewing the history of baseball is super interesting as it originated in 1871 in Cincinnati, as the Cincinnati Reds were the first Major League Baseball team. Through the years, many legends have passed through the sport of baseball, and a lot of them played for the historic New York Yankees. The New York franchise has won the World Series champions a record 27 times. The Yankees are also widely known as the most winning franchise in all of sports history. The dead ball era is another era of baseball that needs to be discussed as it changed the game of baseball forever. In 1968, a major transition in the major leagues was passed because it was as a rule to lower the mound from 12 inches to 10 inches. Thus giving the hitters a better chance, since a higher mound results in a higher release point for the pitcher, making it hard to read pitch types as a hitter. Next came the steroid era, which took place from 1985 to 2004. This era is known to have saved Major League Baseball as it brought back the excitement that was once in the game through the home runs that were hit due to steroids and many players being incredibly strong and hitting the ball very far away. So the slogan that was in baseball in today's era is "Let the kids play." Ken Griffey Jr. once said, but we did come up with a campaign. We made an emphatic and bold statement: "Let the kids play." Ken Griffey Jr.'s name was the Kid, which is pretty fitting for him. He always played the game with an electric energy and a big smile on his face, which is what you're seeing a lot of in today's baseball. This year has been exciting so far with lots of young superstars dominating the league and having a great time playing and not shying away from the spotlight. Baseball is ultimately a better sport when players can express themselves on the field. The last topic I have for you is how to properly pitch a baseball and pitch types that come with it. Pitching mechanics are very individualized. Being a pitcher myself, the training regimens that you go through are not very cookie cutter. They are based on the individual. Some people, like for myself, I need to work on my back leg drive. Someone else might need to work on their scap rotation and load. It all depends on the individual. So there I just named off a few proper checkpoints that each pitcher must meet no matter what your throwing style is. Some of the throwing styles range from your arm slot. So there's an over-the-top arm slot, there's a three-quarter arm slot, as well as a sidewinder is what the nickname is, and the submarine, which comes from down here. All of those pitchers combined must all meet the same checkpoints to deliver a proper pitch with the most efficiency possible. Some of these checkpoints are proper loading of the scapular muscle, which is behind your arm on your shoulder blade. Good drive off your back leg. The more you sink into your back leg, the harder you can push off of the mound and create more force towards home plate with your pitch. Lead leg blocking on your front foot strike. So when your front foot rotates and lands to deliver the pitch, the proper form of lead leg blocking is to send all the energy that you've put into the ground back up to the very tip of your finger to deliver the ball. The better the lead leg block, the harder you can throw the baseball. Another proper checkpoint is proper hip/pelvis rotation. This is to help you properly deliver your torso, which is the next checkpoint. So those two go hand in hand. Your hip and pelvis must go first in order to properly rotate your torso through. And then at the very end of this entire thing is your back flexion. So you can properly arc your back and then snap forward, and then you deliver the whipping motion with your arm. It's funny, most people think that throwing is mainly your arm, but it actually is everything but your arm until the very last second. Some common pitches that are thrown are fastballs, the two-seam, the four-seam. Change-ups, there's a circle change and a Vulcan change. Breaking balls, sliders, and curveballs. The difference between each of the fastball types is just the way you grip it. A two-seam uses the two seams on the baseball and rotates with only two seams going in the forward direction. The four-seam uses the four seams on the baseball and it rotates, and all four seams rotate forward. Change-ups, there's a circle change, which you make a circle with your fingers and pronate your forearm as you throw. And a Vulcan is kind of like the Star Trek thing, and you hold it like that, like the Spock hand signal, and throw it like that. Breaking balls, sliders, and curveballs are very easy to kind of get a hold of. You basically just put your fingers together and manipulate where you want it on the ball and how your wrist moves. There are other pitch types as well, but these are the most commonly used pitch types. The fastball is used to establish a dominating presence on the mound, and the average four-seam fastball velocity was 93.9 miles per hour in 2022. This pitch is thrown at high velocities, which is what makes it such a dominating pitch. Next pitch type is the changeup, which is an off-speed pitch that is frequently used to pair off a pitcher's fastball. The pitcher's fastball will be the dominating presence with a faster speed, and the changeup is actually a slower speed, which has a little bit of movement on it to fool the hitter. The final pitch type is the breaking ball. This is thrown to fool the hitter with a type of curve or slide on the pitch that is typically thrown slower than the fastball but faster than the changeup. That is all I have today. I hope you all learned a thing or two about baseball. Thank you.